social media land. My name is Rodney, and I just had like some thoughts that I wanted to share and maybe start a dialogue with like-minded people. Maybe a little tired of the bickering. I wanted to kind of focus on something else for like 5, 10 minutes. So there's this constant bickering. We are not agreeing on anything at this point. We are very much divided in this country, and I really feel like that's by design, but I digress. Anyway, whether you are liberal, conservative, socialist, capitalist, right, left, whatever, I wanted to focus on something I think we all can agree upon, because it's not any of these things. But I think as a human being, American, whatever, I think as a person, I think we can agree that we all want to be happier, healthier, right? And less stressed. I don't care what you are, right, left, Democrat, Republican, whatever. I think everyone wants to be healthier, less stressed, right? And, God, happier. So, us being the most powerful country in the world, arguably now, probably, we have to be at the top on the list in these three things, right? We're the happiest, we're the healthiest, we are the least stressed, right? No. So if these things are in fact measurable, we are not in the top of any of these three things. Like sometimes we don't even hit the top 30, the top 50 as far as being the happiest, the least stressed, and the healthiest. You know what that means? That means that there are countries that are doing things better than we are. We're the most powerful country in the world, the most resources, right? And some of the smartest people in the world. But when it comes to these three, I think things that are kind of fundamental, we are not at the top, right? Why is that? Why isn't anyone, at least anyone in power, why aren't they more concerned about that? And I don't mean one individual. I mean the people in power. So let's say that, because I'm not even focusing on one individual. The people who run this country. So we're not the happiest. We are not the healthiest. We are not the least stressed, meaning that all of the decisions we're making in these mindsets that are, I feel like, dangerous. But so why aren't we more concerned about that? I like to use metaphors and kind of analogies that just puts me in a different mindset and help me understand things, and I think sometimes help other people understand the point I'm trying to make. So say I am a farmer, right? I'm a respected farmer. My small little community products I grow yearly are more than satisfactory, right? Let's say that they are great. And my cabbage and my greens and my carrots and my watermelon, all these things I grow every year are more than satisfactory. I'm able to take care of my family. I'm able to pay my mortgage, feed all of my farm animals. So every year it is more than satisfactory, and I'm able to do all of these things with no problem. But say I have a neighbor named Glenn, right? Glenn is on my left. He's my neighbor right over here. And every year Glenn has these cabbages that are 5 times bigger than mine. 5 times. I mean, these cabbages are ridiculous. And say it's just his cabbages. So it's in one place or one area where he excels more than I do. So why wouldn't I? Again, I'm not a farmer, but I'm just kind of trying to paint a picture here. Why wouldn't I grab a 6-pack, go next door to Glenn's, depending upon what sort of, I'll admit, friendship or relationship I fostered with my neighbor? That's a whole nother It's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, why wouldn't I go next door, have a conversation with Glenn and be like, Glenn, man, how do you do that? I mean, my stuff is respectable. I do well every year, but your cabbages, Glenn, how do you do that? Why wouldn't I ask Glenn how he's so much better in this area? Why wouldn't I do that? Is there some? I'm a city boy, so I don't know. Is there some sort of unwritten rule that says farmers don't do that, or what is it? And I feel like, as a country, why aren't we doing that? Is there some unwritten rule? The United States is one of the youngest countries on this planet, but yet sometimes I feel like we just kind of bulldoze forward as if we have absolutely nothing left to learn. And that's dangerous. A know-it-all country, I feel like a know-it-all country is no different than a know-it-all person. We all know-it-all people, right? We all know them. They're always, I want to say three things. At least the know-it-alls that I know. They're annoying as hell. Number one, extremely annoying. You see, I'm like really pushing how annoying they are. Ultimately alone, number two. And lastly, eventually proven wrong. That's a know-it-all person. I feel like it wouldn't be any different for a know-it-all country. I feel like sometimes we kind of act like we know everything, and I feel like that's dangerous. Why wouldn't we look at an area where we can improve and kind of look to the side at someone who's doing it better, right? And try to adopt that. We take from everything else. We take languages. We take, everything else. So why aren't we more concerned about the fact that we are the most powerful, we have the most money, but we're not the healthiest? We damn sure aren't the happiest, especially right now. And we're among one of the most stressed developed countries in the world. And the people who lead this country, people, again, plural, don't seem to be the slightest bit concerned about it. That's what I'm trying to push. So think about that. Again, forget about the places where we are divided for like 5 minutes. Forget about being socialists. Forget about, being a capitalist and a liberal, blah, 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 blah. 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds. And think about the fact that there are places where we're very much alike. And these places and these things that I think should be fundamentally important aren't even on the radar. I think there's a reason for that. I think there are many reasons for it. I feel like there's one main reason for it. But anyway, just gives that some thought. Anyone who, is maybe a little like-minded or, again, just tired of the bickering and the division. That's it. That's all I have. I'm just one American with an opinion and a First Amendment right. Give it some thought. So if you're in agreement or even remotely curious about anything I just said, share the video or comment below. If you disagree, especially, please comment below, because I don't know everything. I'm not a know-it-all.